The attention now is where this storm is going to hit, Jacob. Today, though, a little chilly.
Today was a good day for shopping, the calm before the storm, yes, as well as tomorrow and Monday. Monday night and Tuesday is when conditions start going downhill, but 6 degrees right now in Bismarck, 7 in Jamestown, 11 in the Magic City. We'll see some patchy fog develop in central and eastern locations because that's where winds are the lightest, as well as relatively clear skies out there. So look for some of those reduced visibilities with dense fog in areas of central and eastern North Dakota, otherwise single digits and teens for your overnight and seasonable temperatures for the next few days. So now let's talk about how this storm is going to form. On Monday, the moisture traverses the Rockies and forms our Colorado low by Monday afternoon. Moisture surges from the Gulf of Mexico to the north and into our area, producing some possible freezing drizzle at the onset of the storm in southeastern North Dakota. Some light snow starting to move into our area after sunset Monday night, but most of the snow doesn't start until after midnight Monday night. Then we'll see that snow increase in aerial coverage. Heavier snow bands move from the southeast to the northwest as we start your day on Tuesday, and that's when travel will start to become difficult once these heavier snow bands move into central and western North Dakota. So we'll pick it up at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, starting to see more of those heavier snow bands in the region, with wind gusts increasing to be between 20 and 40 miles per hour, starting off out of the northeast and then switching directions to be out of the northwest, as the system is going to be very slow moving. So even on Wednesday morning, dealing with some heavier snow bands pinwheeling into the area. The snow starts to break up by Wednesday evening, but it's still very windy conditions. And on Thursday, with the area of low pressure finally starting to pull away, just a few periods of light snow expected on Thursday. A lot of moisture is headed our way, more than a ½ an inch of precipitation, the liquid equivalent when you melt down the snow, region-wide, with more than 1 inch of liquid equivalent for many areas, especially in southern North Dakota and in the eastern portions of the state. And when we look at the probability for some freezing rain at the onset of the storm, there's a decent likelihood of that, especially in the James River Valley. So we'll have to watch out for that for some ice accretion in southeastern North Dakota. So let's look at the high-end probability of snow potential. More than a foot of snow is going to be possible in this pink-shaded area from south central North Dakota to the southwestern part of the state, parts of southeast Montana, and much of the western portion of South Dakota. This is because the system is starting to shift westward a bit in its track. That's why we'll have the more mixing and some freezing rain in eastern portions of the state, reducing snow totals there. More than 6 inches of snow is a better likelihood closer to the Canadian border and in northeastern Montana. So breaking down the timing of the storm, the snow begins Monday night, increases in intensity through your Tuesday. The most significant travel impacts will be Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday morning, with the snow finally tapering off gradually on Thursday, with the wind continuing. So take the next couple of days to continue to prepare for the storm, as we'll have seasonable weather conditions with mostly sunny skies for your Sunday. The storm builds into our area by Monday night, with the highest impact days being Tuesday and Wednesday. The heaviest snow occurs mostly on Tuesday, especially by Tuesday evening. Winds really increase as we get through the duration of the storm, and those northwest winds draw in the colder Arctic air once the storm is done, Daniel.
All right. Thanks, Jacob.
You're welcome. Let's get into this winter storm details. Blizzard warnings already in effect for portions of eastern Wyoming and Nebraska. I don't think we'll see blizzard criteria in North Dakota with our wind gust and the relatively wet snow, but we will get close in some open areas, so there will be a good amount of blowing and drifting snow. This has been extended, this winter storm watch, to start at 6 p.m. Monday evening, with some of that possible freezing rain at the onset of the storm, and lasting all the way through Thursday morning, with 6 to 14 inches of snow for most of the region. This will be upgraded to a winter storm warning probably sometime tomorrow. So the moisture traverses the Rockies as we go through your Monday, forming that Colorado low by Monday afternoon. Moisture surges up from the Gulf of Mexico into our area, with freezing drizzle possible in south central and southeastern North Dakota by Monday evening. Some light snow into the overnight, but it's not until after midnight and into the early morning hours on your Tuesday when some heavier snow bands move in from the southeast. Those heavier snow bands expand in aerial coverage to the northwest as we go later in your morning hours on Tuesday. And by Tuesday evening, that's when the most heavy snow will be found across the First Warn viewing area, with travel disruptions likely at this time, especially through your Tuesday night, with more bands of heavy snow pinwheeling through the area. There'll be some breaks in the action on Wednesday, but still periods of moderate to heavy snow throughout the entire day on Wednesday. 7 o'clock Wednesday evening, still periods of snow in our area, with winds now coming out of the north to northwest between 30 and 40 miles per hour. Snow finally diminishing on Thursday, but still dealing with those strong winds, leading to some additional blowing and drifting snow. So again, that snowfall forecast, more than 6 inches of snow, a high likelihood for most of the region, with the bullseye for the greatest accumulations from south central to southwestern North Dakota. The ice accumulations in the south central and southeast will keep snowfall totals down just a little bit. So when we go hour by hour with how that snow will be adding up, let's start at Tuesday at noon. We'll have a couple of inches of snow on the ground across the region. Fast forward a little bit towards later Tuesday evening, more snow, especially towards the southern half of the state. And then when you're waking up on Wednesday morning, approaching double-digit snowfall totals in a few locations, and we'll continue to add up that snow through the day on Wednesday and even into Wednesday night. So the snowfall total forecast city by city: Bismarck, Mandan, and Dickinson in the 8 to 12 inch range by the time this storm is all said and done on Thursday. 6 to 10 inches in Minot and Jamestown, and 5 to 9 inches will be the range in Williston. That freezing rain potential is certainly real for south central and southeastern North Dakota. Up to a 1/10 of an inch glaze of ice is possible as we go through your Monday evening and night. The precipitation forecast, the liquid equivalent, a lot of moisture is on the way, with more than a 1/2 inch of liquid likely throughout the entire region, and more than 1 inch of liquid when you melt down that snow in south central and southeastern North Dakota. So there'll be a lot of moisture within that snow or freezing rain that falls. So we're looking for that freezing drizzle into your Monday evening, with the snow developing late. Temperatures hovering around 30 degrees during the duration of the storm. That's why it'll be heavy and wet in nature. The winds increase through the storm and will still be very windy by Friday after the snow is mostly done. But the cold temperatures are going to be drawn in after the storm is done, single digits by next Sunday, and then beyond that, maybe highs below zero.
Thanks, Jacob.
You're welcome.